I've been sitting all day with whether or not I should share this story, and wondering whether it would take away some of the... It's an incredibly intimate story, and wondering if by sharing it I'm going to lose some of the pearl, the preciousness. Wondering if by using something that's traditionally very sensationalist I'm going to seem attention-seeking, or whether I'm going to become, you know, sex on acid girl all over the internet. But I really think that the reason I decided to share it is because, just like I think it's so important that we speak about psychedelics, I also think that it's really important we start a collective conversation about sex and loving and how to really harness the potential of that. And this particular story really changed my sex life. So, okay, here we go. Where to begin? So the setting is at a kind of co-created Burning Man style event, but like much smaller, you know, like 100 people, where everyone kind of knows each other. It's all a friendship group, but it's this kind of celebratory, very free, open environment. And as part of the story, I have to say that there's a chunks of the people that go to those events that, you know, really like to also explore love and open sexuality and with multiple people and so forth. So there often happens to be a so-called play room, and at this particular event there was even a playhouse, which was separate. So anyway, there's someone there that I'd been involved with for quite a number of months, and we had a beautiful connection, and I had taken, don't remember how much, but kind of standard dose of LSD, and I was really in the peak of my trip when we came to our moment of connection. And you know, it was very, very beautiful, very deeply sensual, and the moment came that we were like, okay, we really want to explore this further, so where to go? It was incredibly stormy, so actually both our tents had been, you know, just totally destroyed and blown away. So we're like, hey, let's go check out this playhouse situation. Really luckily, actually there was no one in there to begin with anyway. So we kind of, there was a bottom area, and then there was upstairs a big kind of bedroom, and we were really happy go in there. And then, I mean, there's so many aspects that I could talk about in this experience, but I think the two main things, one is it really on such a deep level taught me what it means to open up and to let another being enter your body. And they were just, I mean, anyway, of course, like the heightened sensitivity, like every little point of contact, every moment of just entering one layer deeper into me. But then there'd be these moments when maybe something was slightly uncomfortable, or there was just a hesitation or just something where my instinct reaction was actually to move away from it. But because I was in the psychedelic state, I was like, wait a second, what is that? And can I just stay with it? And can I explore it just like you would in a psychedelic therapy session with a monster or with something, you know? And I was really like, what is it? And can I just stay with it and explore it? And every time I did that, it was like a cosmic gate had opened like one level deeper, and it's like, boom, okay, like let him in and open up. And yeah, it was just really extraordinary, and it would just like happen, and it really felt like going deeper and deeper and deeper into my own being, of letting this real merging happen. And then so there was a constant, I mean, it was really like an hours long experience, and we were kind of having intercourse, and then he would go down and intercourse and so forth. And at some point he was giving me a lot of pleasure with his tongue, and there was really this moment that it felt was also opening up in terms of, you know, really vocal channels and everything. At one point there was this moment of where I really felt like I had this image of the Hindu god Krishna, which is the god of love and compassion, and he plays this flute. And I really felt like I was just a vessel, I was an instrument, I was so open, so everything broken free, and he was just playing me, and I really felt like through all my chakras was just like the holes of the flute, and it was just coming out, and like, and it was a sense of it wasn't me, it was just, you know, notes coming out. And because it was quite an orchestra, people had come from downstairs and actually been very curious to see who were those two people, you know, making all that noise. And so at one point, I heard people coming up the stairs, and I heard footsteps, and there I was, you know, my legs wide open, in this incredibly exposed and vulnerable position, and they were just right in front of me. And it was dark, so I couldn't really see who it was, and I had this flash of feeling really self-conscious, and like, oh God, I'm super exposed, and they're watching, and da 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 da. And like my whole attention had shifted towards them. And then I just took a moment, I was like, but actually, I'm having the most amazing sexual experience of my entire life, like who gives a fuck? And then, because again, I was in this psychedelic, heightened state of consciousness and had this incredible power over these different aspects of my mind, I just took that self-conscious part worrying about them, and I was like, boom, just like shift it right down to where there was so much happening, and then just managed to again explode into the most beautiful orgasm right in front of those people. And yeah, it was really beautiful. Months later, for months I didn't know actually who had witnessed this moment. In the end, I'm actually very happy that they did. It feels very beautiful. It was witnessed, and months later, someone told me like, "Can I tell you a voyeuristic secret?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then they told me that they had seen. So yeah, there are lots of things, other things that I could share, but it was just really. I don't think, you know, sex on psychedelics, it's something very, so much could go wrong with that, just like so much can go wrong in, you know, having sex with the wrong person, but I think when you have that level of connection with somebody, and there's so much to explore in that altered states of consciousness, and it was really, unity and interconnectedness on a whole other level, and the reason why it changed my sex life, I mean, many different things, but it taught me this thing about opening and just being present, and the power of attention and how important it is in sex. And for the first time in my life, that night, I understood, I think, what Tantra is all about, or what this idea of sex as something very sacred, and it actually has a profound spiritual path and a path for spiritual growth. And yeah, anyway, it was great. So that's it.